Forsaken. You must face the monsters.
With an announcement trailer now 2 years old, the Xbox exclusive Avowed is still one of the most anticipated games coming to the Xbox ecosystem. We've seen very little of this first-person RPG from the fantasy world of Eora, but we do have a few details that continue to keep fans' interest piqued and people like myself hopeful that it'll be a success similar to how Fallout exploded in popularity, going from the top-down perspective to first-person with Fallout 3. With the recent news that the Avowed team is stacking up writing talent, including leads who worked on the highly regarded Pentiment, it would seem that production is now in full swing for this Xbox exclusive. To set up the premise, we actually have been given a lot of clues about the setting of Avowed from that original trailer. The description tells us that it takes place in the world of Eora from the Pillars of Eternity universe, and there are several indications that we'll be exploring the northwestern continent of Adir or the far northern continent of the Living Lands. At least, that's what the official fandom wiki pages have outlined as the most likely setting based on rumors and some key details from the trailer. As the fandom wiki sent me down a bit of a rabbit hole, I went digging into the details we know so far. They outlined 4 key details that were teased in that initial trailer: the world, Eora, symbols that are tied to the Boudica, a statue of the Galawain character, and an Eoran symbols on the weapon that also tie back to the Boudica. And I apologize right now, but I don't know how to say many of these names, so if I get them wrong, please let me know how to say them properly in the comments below, because I did Google it and I couldn't find an answer. Anyway, the world of Eora has one key narrative driver, and that is the wheel. A system that allows rebirth to happen, gives souls the chance to pass from one life to another. If you die in Eora, your soul enters the in-between, and with the Pillars of Adra, you can get to the beyond. This is where you can be brought back to life several years later or immediately in some cases. There's a lot to dive into there, but that alone sets up a perfect starting location and a place to respawn upon death. During that process, you can align with a god like, you guessed it, Galawain. Now, if you've watched this far, please consider hitting that subscribe button, hitting that bell, because I know half of you aren't subscribed, and you would really help me hit that goal of hitting 100,000 subscribers. And also tell me, hey Destin, we want you to make more content like this. Enough promo, let's get back to the video. Galawain uses souls of followers to create monsters, but he also protects wild places and untamed wilderness. Described as the father of monsters, Galawain will create entirely new races of predatory creatures and use the souls of his followers for those prototypes. He also served as a divine enforcer. This god believes in the Darwinian survival of the fittest. Those that are faithful to him include frontiersmen, constables, treasure seekers, explorers, and even scholars. All of those details, again, seem to set up a very interesting system of worship and reincarnation. The Boudica symbols also tie nicely to an antagonist type system. If Galawain is a divine enforcer, the Boudica deity is all about law, justice, oaths, and promises. This includes hierarchies, memory, and vengeance. Also created by the sacrifice of souls, the Boudica are supposed to be the strongest of the gods. That all said, they will disregard the rules when necessary to accomplish their goals. The deity is known as the Exiled Queen, Burn Queen, Oathbinder, or Strangler. Boudica appears as a leathery-skinned old woman in the world of Eora, wearing tattered clothes on an empty road or abandoned alleyway, and if you find Boudica in this state, it is believed that it's to murder those who break a solemn oath. Those that worship her serve as lawyers and judges in towns and urban centers. Given the fact that the symbols on your weapon in that trailer are tied to the Adiran, there is a chance that the game takes place in the region of Adir. This is an area filled with mountain dwarves, but said dwarves had disappeared from the lands before humans and elves arrived. Beyond those details, which are almost entirely from the fandom wiki by the way, full disclaimer on crediting my sources there, not much else has been confirmed, but there have been leaks and rumors including a ton of artwork from artist Craig Matchett. Created in Unreal Engine 4, the same engine Avowed was originally being developed in, the characters depicted are described as medium enemies. And if we refer back to the original trailer, there are skeleton enemies that have a similar appearance as these enemy designs that were first seen in 2020. As production began in 2019, this could be artwork of enemies we'd eventually see in the full game. Now, going to another source, Windows Central has also reported a bit about combat, abilities, and setting they've heard about from sources close to the project. Combat-wise, there have already been Obsidian job postings for first-person firearm designers, melee combat, and network managers that seem to have indicated the game will have at least some kind of online component. Other rumors have said that there will be multiple classes to choose from, which seems obvious, and a two-handed style combat system similar to that found in Skyrim. Become a rogue and wield two daggers, or use archery to your advantage with a powerful two-handed bow. If you prefer magic, you can combine swords and magic as seen in that original trailer, or go full mage and wield two-handed magic to utilize some of the game's more powerful spells and abilities. Fireball, Jolting Touch for lightning, and conjuring abilities similar to those found in the Pillars universe. The rumors also teased spells like Fetid Caress that imbued enemies with corrosive poison. If you decide to play like a warrior, you'll have access to powerful kicks, heavier sword attacks, strong kicks, and shield bashes, but casters get a wide range of spells to tailor their combat style. There's also weapon enhancements like the enchanted sword we saw, and that was detailed in that Windows Central report. Frozen arrows were another example, or pillar-style guns, which may also be seen given the rumors. It kind of makes sense. Enemy-wise, they also talk about lizard-like Zaupris? I don't know what that word is. Anyway, they were detailed, and monstrous threats like wyverns and drakes were also teased. And finally, in that Windows Central report, they detailed a more vibrant and colorful universe than one may expect. Like the Outer Worlds, there will be much more color splashed across the world in the form of luminescent cave mushrooms, verdant forests with gigantic flora, and hulking sunlit temples with skeleton-infested depths and tombs, which are plentiful and kind of go in line with what we saw in the trailer again. Not a lot has been detailed beyond what we've heard about for Avowed, but what I've detailed here does an amazing job of letting players imagine what this world could be. As someone who didn't know much about Pillars of Eternity prior to hearing about Avowed, I am very much excited by what I've heard and can't wait to learn more. There's no release date whatsoever tied to Avowed, but here's hoping we hear more this year at E3 2023. Hey, if you've watched this far, I really appreciate you, and if you want to help me hit that goal of hitting 100,000 subscribers, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, and because half of you are not subscribed, if you did that right now, we can hit the goal today. Separately, thank you so much to the members. If you would like to become a member, you can click that join button right down there to do so. Thank you so much to all the members. Now, I'm going to get out of here, but if you want to see what I had to say about Starfield, check out this video right here, subscribe, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye for now, everybody.